Welcome back to 5 Talk Street. I'm Christy Nelson. The Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate has grown to be the largest financial supporter of the junior exhibitors at the Fort Worth Stock Show Rodeo. And here to tell us how they are supporting our youth are Scott Prince, the chairman of the Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate, and Trey Gordon, the vice chairman of sponsorships of the Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us today.
Thank you for having us here.
All right, let's start with just the basics. What is the Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate?
Well, since 1980, the Fort Worth Stock Show Syndicate has really supported the young men and women in the community who have carried on the rich traditions of the agricultural heritage of the state. Our objective is really to raise funds and monies to purchase all of the animals at the Sale of Champions and to continue to support those young men and women through the award of scholarships throughout the year.
And Trey, why is it so important to make sure these kids are supported?
These are really good kids, and they come from all over the state. They bring their best animal to Fort Worth. They spend a ton of time preparing for this sale. This is the granddaddy of them all. It's a long-haired sale, and these kids will profit generously from what we do. And last year we raised $3.3 million in 5 hours for kids, and they get every single penny of it.
Wow, and the Sale of Champions, these animals, as you said, they go for a lot of money.
Yeah, so last year the grand champion went for well over $200,000 to one of our generous sponsors, Coors Distributing Company of Fort Worth, and the reserve grand champion went for over $140,000 to the Ross Perot and Hillwood Development Company. So it's a significant amount of money.
So when we're on the news and we talk about what these animals have raised, that money is all going to these kids who spent so much time making sure these animals were raised.
Absolutely. These kids generally take at least a year to facilitate the development of these projects, the animals that they're bringing to the show, and spending so much time and attention to really cultivate and develop a project that ultimately rewards them financially.
And Trey, this is all about also kind of preserving this heritage, so to speak.
It is, and the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo is the biggest event that we have in Fort Worth every year, and I think it's important for us to look back upon our heritage before we advance into each new year. And what a great way to do it, to help these kids that are going to be involved in ag as they move forward and help them with money to go to college or other investments. And you know, we've been able to and been very fortunate to spend some time with these kids. These are fantastic kids. These are the kids that you want to help. They're going to make our future better for all of us.
And so in addition to the Sale of Champions, there's also the scholarships that you provide as well.
Absolutely. So we maintain a scholarship program called the Jim Bob Norman Scholarship Fund. It's one of the largest providers of scholarship programs to the youth of Texas that are interested in agriculture, primarily 4-H and FFA scholarships, where we award 20 of them every year, 10 each to FFA children and 10 each to 4-H children. And that's about $200,000 a year in commitments that we make, and that money goes to the education of those really outstanding kids.
So who are the people behind this organization?
That's a great question. So the organization was started in 1980 by a very small group of local Fort Worth businessmen led by Don Winks and Frank Neve. Today our numbers are well over 100 businessmen from the community who take time out of their busy schedules to really go out into the community and raise money and either personally or through their business interests really support these kids.
Okay, and I should point out that you are separate from the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. You're a separate organization.
We are. I mean, we're formally separate. Obviously, our mission is to support the kids who are really coming and exhibiting during the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo. So we have a very close relationship with the Fort Worth Stock Show and Rodeo, and really find a lot of value. We create a lot of value for them, and we get a lot of value in return. So it's a terrific relationship.
All right, so it's coming up again. What can we expect? What are you getting ready for?
Well, this is our 35th anniversary, so we're very excited about that. The organization started in 1980, and since then we've raised almost $42 million for kids. And I anticipate that we're going to have another banner year. I'm sure we're going to raise over $3 million for kids in 5 hours. We don't necessarily set goals because we know that everything we do is to go to help those kids. And And whatever we do is going to be of great benefit to all of them that are involved.
Because this is a very exciting season for you then.
It is. It is. It culminates in the Sale of Champions, which this year is on Saturday, February 7th. The Grand Champion sale begins at 9:00 a.m. in the auction arena down on the grounds of the Stock Show and Rodeo. And so it's very exciting. There's a lot of energy in the room. It's a packed house every year, so I fully expect that it'll be a record turnout again this year.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here today and explaining how it all works. Best of luck to you, and best of luck, of course, to all the young people
Absolutely.
who will be part of the sale this year.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
for
joining
having
us. And that's it for 5 Talk Street. I'm Christy Nelson. We'll see you next time.